It looks like a typical Ontario summer village. Old buildings, quiet roads, and trees overlooking Lake Ontario. But if you step beyond the fences, you're not just walking on dirt. You're standing beside more than 1.3 million tons of radioactive waste. From above, Port Granby looks peaceful. The shoreline curves gently along Lake Ontario, and its remaining historic buildings hint that a larger community once stood here. The silence almost hides the truth. The March cottage is still cared for. The old schoolhouse remains, and the hotel still stands. But everything else tells a very different story. Much of Port Granby has vanished. The answer is invisible. Beginning in the 1930s, nearby Port Hope became a world leader in refining radium and uranium. The process left behind enormous amounts of low-level radioactive waste, and for decades, much of it was dumped here along these bluffs. Long before that, Port Granby had been settled in the 1790s and grew into a busy lakeside community. But as shipping declined, much of the village faded away by the 1920s. Then came an even bigger change. As Lake Ontario's shoreline slowly eroded, the buried waste began creeping closer to the water. Engineers faced a race against time to prevent contamination of the lake. The solution became one of the largest environmental cleanups in Canadian history. More than 1.3 million tons of contaminated material were excavated and moved into a massive engineered containment mound designed to isolate it for generations. Initially, some of Port Granby's buildings had been removed, and today, that grassy hill behind the fences isn't a natural hill at all. It's an engineered vault, a giant protective sarcophagus holding Port Granby's toxic legacy. Walking between the old hotel and the schoolhouse feels almost surreal. This part of the village is a surviving piece of 19th century Ontario. The other part is one of Canada's largest radioactive waste containment sites. The school bell hasn't rung in decades. The hotel no longer welcomes guests. Only silence remains. Port Granby is unlike any other village in Ontario. Its history isn't simply abandoned. It's sealed away and will need to be monitored for hundreds of years. If you'd like to see another nearby village that almost disappeared, watch my video on the ghost town of Wesleyville. And don't forget to subscribe to Vintage Ontario for more hidden Ontario history.